Yeah, so one of the other news stories that came out, I think it was towards the end of last week actually, is actually one to do with World War II and bolt action. And this was that we're actually going to be seeing 2 new sets coming out for the people that want to get stuck into that. Now, very, very recently, we actually had a look at the Early War supplement, which came out for the guys at Warlord Games for Bolt Action. And in that, obviously, you have a clash between people like the British at this period, who had the early war force here, but also the Germans, who were blitzkrieging in from the northeast as well, which is very, very fascinating. So for anyone who wants to get into that kind of early war period, which we're learning a lot more about now, we've seen in films like Dunkirk and things like that too, it's been really fascinating to see Warlord Games putting together interesting starter sets to get people into the games, which I thought was really good. So.
Yeah, excellent. You saw a bit of bolt action when we did the boot camp.
Yeah, the boot camp. It was brilliant. I actually really enjoyed it. Again, you know, I'm not a war gamer,
No.
but I quite like the mechanisms that are used, that sort of dice roll mechanism, and it seemed to be very streamlined, and everyone loved it. Everyone was having a good time, and I think that's the big thing with war games. You know, you're playing competitively, but you're playing together, and it's that kind of, you know, it's a real sense of community. I really enjoyed it. It was a good weekend.
Now I do actually own some bolt action. I know I'm usually the one who says I don't play historical games. I do own some bolt action. I have Dad's Army. But
I was going to say, Sam, Dad's Army is effectively the Shire Army.
Yeah, very much so.
Pretty much.
Bolt action.
Yeah, I do actually, even aside from the Dad's Army minis, which I do have, I am trying to make a home guard army. I think the British Expeditionary Force could be useful for that, because they have a lot of the older equipment from the start of the war. So I get the feeling that would work well for that.
I'm also going to take a little bit of a moment to say that we actually are still running the Oriskany's Great War series. So you may have seen a video, an interview that went out with him last weekend while we were at Essen. But as well as that, he's doing an article series which is delving a little bit more into kind of the stages of World War One, and sort of celebrating the armistice as it comes up, and sort of, you know, all the heroes that fought in that war as well. So keep an eye out for that. It's a absolutely fantastic series, and Jim goes really, really in depth for that, and it's been nice to see the feedback for it too.
I learned more from Jim than I ever did. Like,
it's great.
It's fantastic.
It's great. Him and Ben from Foreground are like the Radio 4 characters. Lovely community here. So
it's great. Definitely check out that article series.